Hi, this is Patti with rockstellstories.com, and I want to show you today how to make the nativity in just common rocks and pebbles you find right outside your door. We're going to do 3 different nativities. I'm going to start with my larger rocks because it makes it really obvious how I'm doing it, and we'll make this one. And then I want to show you how just getting a handful of pebbles from outside that you can really make a darling little nativity, and we'll do that one. And this nativity set is off of the book that's coming out this Christmas. And we'll make this one so you can see how it works. All right? All you really need to do this are 4 triangles, 4 circles, 5 stick rocks, and 1 jelly bean rock. There's a million ways to do this, but this is the easy way to do it. So all you need are 4 triangles. And when I say a triangle, it just has, maybe 3 major points. So there's a triangle, here's a triangle, there's our points, here's a triangle. It's starting to look like a wonky triangle, but with rock art, anything works. So there's 3 triangles, and this is not so much a triangle, but it's just, we could use a real triangle, but I like this one for the wing. And here's a jelly bean rock. When I say jelly bean, I just mean a rock that has a curve to it. And so that's a really good jelly bean. Here's just for an example, here's another jelly bean. It's any rock that has a bend to it. So here's a nice jelly bean. And then we need 4 circles. There's our 4 circles. And we need 5 stick rocks. There's our 5 stick rocks. We might look at him later, but I don't think we need him. Oh, and then this is a 6 stick rock. We don't have to have it. It's kind of a bonus that we'll add in there. But when I say stick rocks, you can see that I'm just talking about long, skinny rocks. Okay? That's all we need. And that's the nativity right there. So you can see how easy this can be and how fun. So whether you're an adult or a kid, teenager, whoever, this is just so easy and so fun. And it makes great Christmas presents if you end up gluing these down onto something and maybe frame it. And now you've got this beautiful gift. So let's make it. Okay, let's move all these things out of the way. And let's start with, we need a father. So here's Joseph. And this can be the mother. And when rocks fit together nicely, like that, it just is such a nice touch. And then let's add a head. So here's Joseph, and then we want Mary resting comfortably. And when I have rocks, I kind of just push them around until they sit the way they want to sit. So that's pretty good. And because it has a flat side here, that works really nice. She can be looking down. She can be resting her head against Joseph. And he can be touching her, which is always really sweet. Where you put the head makes all the difference. So if Joseph's head's up here like this, he's very alert and he's protecting the family. But we want a really tender moment, so when you touch the heads together, it's a lot softer. Okay, and then we need a manger for baby Jesus, and so there's the jelly bean rock. It works beautifully for a manger, and a manger could be a rectangle, a triangle, could be all kinds of things. Let's try different ones in a minute. And a manger needs to have legs. Doesn't need to, but I'm gonna put legs on my manger. Ta-da! We probably want to maybe pull it down a little bit. Nice, huh? And we need to put baby Jesus in the manger. So here's a stick rock. It could have been a little baby jelly bean rock. Would have been really cute too. But let's try this one. And then we'll need a little head for the baby Jesus. And I had a couple options here. What do you think? We could do this tiny one here, which would be really sweet. Or we could do this one and tuck it inside the rock a little bit. That's pretty big, huh? Maybe we should do the tiny one. Okay, we'll do the tiny one. Okay, there's his head. Hey, come out. And then I've always thought it was such a sweet idea to have an angel at the manger. We know about the shepherds, but I bet there were unseen angels, maybe even seen. So we're gonna put one in here. And She's in awe. I like rocks with texture. Like this little piece right here looks almost like her sleeve. And then because it's jagged down here, it looks like the bottom of a robe. And there's even a line along here like linen cloth would. So when you find your rocks, when you really get into this, you can find all kinds of details. The serendipity of it, it's just amazing. And then angel wings are the most fun rocks of all to find, because anything kind of fat and then skinny qualifies, or a triangle would just be great as well. And so there's an angel wing. And then it's really cool to add arms and feet and legs, that kind of thing, especially when you're trying to convey an emotion. So this one with Joseph taking care of Mary and putting his arm around her really sends a message. I love that. And gosh, I think these guys should scoot over. Get them nice and close. And then this, maybe even the angel touching the manger just in awe, I think could be really beautiful. That's sweet. Do you see how easy this is? So there you are. You've got your triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. And then your circles, 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. And then your stick rocks for arms and legs and manger legs, those kinds of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stick rocks. Ah. And then as a bonus, I think it's fun to add feet. So we'll put a little shoe on Joseph. I think it just kind of adds a little balance to it. And we're done. So isn't that just so easy? So let's do the other two ones together. Before I do that, I just wanted to point out about the manger that it doesn't have to be, it can just be anything. So we used this jelly bean rock for the manger. It worked beautifully. But here, I got a whole bunch of options. I just wanted you to see. This is a heart rock, and I'm totally enamored with heart rocks. I find them everywhere I go. I like to think they're love notes from God. Whenever I find one, it was just God's way of saying, I love you. So that works, right? And to have a heart be symbolic of the love of God and what this all represents anyway. So you could use a heart rock. Here's another jelly bean, and this is just super simple. See, that works. Here is a really unusual rock. I love to pick up super unusual ones whenever I see them. I don't know that looks too much like a feeding trough for animals, which the manger was for the baby, but it's still really cool. So that's cool. You can get really artsy when you try things like that. Here's another one. This is, again, kind of a jelly bean or a triangle. And it could be a wing, angel wing, or it could be a manger. See? Easy. And just one more so you get a sense that anything works. I'm trying to show you that this rock art is not like other art. You don't have to worry about being perfect because the rocks just tell the story. You just got to lay some rocks out there. And this was my favorite, but it's not a jelly bean rock. It's very rectangle or square or something. I mean, as far as rocks go, that's about as rectangle as you get. And I think it looks a lot like a feeding trough. So I'll put him in there. And so I think that's lovely. I'm not sure what your favorite is, but if we do that one, let's just finish it off. Wink, wink, move everybody over. Ah, my neck is breaking. Okay, pull her over here. Ta-da! Beautiful! Okay, so let's scrap that one, and I did photograph it. Looks very much the same, but do you see how the photograph really brings it to life? When I put it against a pure dark background, you can really pop those colors, and then how you shine your light makes all the difference too. Okay. That was really fun. Now you see it on a big scale. Let's do a little one. So I'm gonna move all these over. Let's try a teeny itty bitty one. Okay, so I just went outside just in my neighborhood and went for a walk and found these rocks all at one time. So I just wanted you to see that it's so easy. So let's look for the rocks that we need on this one. And so we're gonna need some bodies, right? So these could be like bodies. That can even be a body. And oh, this one, we're gonna have a couple extra angels in the sky. And if you have my ebook, then you've got the super simple way to make angels. And I show you that, or you can get the DIY guide at rokstellstories.com. And we got our little heads. So first let's just make the basic manger scene. I like to get all my little rocks that look similar together. I think that's super helpful. Okay, so first thing we need is Mary and Joseph. So let's take the big strong rock. That looks like it could be Joseph. And Mary is sitting down. And let's let Joseph kind of lean over her. Maybe like, that'll be fine. Yeah? And then we need some heads. So maybe there's Joseph and here's Mary. And again, I like to touch their heads together. It just shows a lot of love and tenderness. And then we need a manger. And like you just saw a minute ago, it can be anything. This is just a stick rock, right? Tall and skinny. Let's use that one. And then maybe some legs for the manger. We could use, these are just little itty bitty things out there. Anything that's long and skinny will work. There. Maybe a little bit lower. When you're working with teeny tiny ones, sometimes using a toothpick or tweezers or something to move them around is helpful. And then we could put shepherds over here, but since we're just doing the scene that I did for the Christmas book, let's do an angel. So we just need a body. This would work. Oh, I like this side better because it's got more texture, and that almost looks like an arm there. So we'll have an angel. We need an angel wing, and any of these would be great. This would be great. Let's just take this one. So it's a triangle is what I'm calling this. Kind of have to use your imagination to see it, but we'll put her wing right there. And then little head. How about that one? There! It's so teeny, but it's so cute. I love it. We need a baby Jesus. And that could be hard when we're working with rocks this tiny. This is the one I found out there. So he looks a little big. He's just a bundle of joy. But, you know, you could have... I could have found something better, but that works, right? I liked that I found a white one. And now we're done with the nativity. I just want you to see how super simple that is. And then if you were to glue that down and put a little frame around it, oh, what a beautiful little gift. And then just to add a little bit of joy, a little bit of fun, I wanted to put two angels in the sky. So again, you can use a skinny rock or any kind of rock you want. Let's use this one. And we'll give her a wing. There's a wing. Perfect. See how that went right against this one? When they fit together, it's like magic. I love it. And a little head. That's probably a little big, but see, anything works. And here's another angel up in the sky, looking down with his wing. Beautiful! And then I like putting a little shoe on Joseph. That's cute, huh? Maybe upside down. Okay, fits right in there. Maybe scoot them up a little bit. There. What do you think? I think it's gorgeous. Okay, so you saw that, like, that was just going outside for 20 minutes and looking around and finding some rocks. So let's put that one away and let's do the one that I did for the book. Now, you might think, well, gosh, the first one looks better than the one you did for the book. But the reason I kept the one for the book is that it goes with the story. These are the rocks that I found, not intending to do rock art. I didn't even know anything about rock art. I found a whole bunch of rocks that were beautiful. And when I came home and spilled them all out, the entire Christmas story was in that bucket of rocks. And so I wanted to stay true to that whole experience. So I kept exactly the same rocks that happened that day that rock art was born for me. Okay, so let's separate the rocks. That's going to be a triangle, believe it or not, kind of 1, 2, 3 points. You have to use your imagination. So here's Joseph and here's Mary, just like that. Okay, that looks like a wing to me. Isn't that an amazing wing? So we're gonna have an angel in the sky. And here, let me show you what we're making. This was the demo copy of the book. The book the publisher has has gold leafing, and all of these are embossed. So it's really, really neat, and a little bit bigger of a book. But so that's what we're making. Let's recreate that. Look at this rock. Like, who would have thought? But it looked like an angel kneeling to me, so I loved that. Here we go, and let's get the manger. Now I'm a real purist. I just like rocks, but this was that one day when I dumped the bucket out, and I didn't know I'd ever make a book. I was just playing, like you're playing, and I needed a manger, and I didn't see it in the rocks, and I turned around. On the grass beside me was this piece of bark. So I could put, we could just grab one of these rocks, but this was that one day when it all came together, and I felt like I needed to stay true to that. So there's the manger, and this will be, look at this angel. Doesn't that look like maybe a sleeve on this robe? I just love that so much. So we'll put that there, and we need to give a head to that angel. Maybe this one. Oh, we didn't give heads to Mary and Joseph. Oh dear. What was I thinking? This one. Let's do that one. She's tired. And Joseph I really love having a foot. This will be a good foot. And then the manger needs some feet. The angel needs a wing. So here's a wing. Oh yeah. Gorgeous. And we need another angel. I love this rock. That's a jelly bean rock. Real people, human figures are not perfect. And so anytime you can find curves and imperfections in your rocks, which all rocks are kind of imperfect, then you have really great things for people. And what I loved about this curve was I thought, wouldn't it be cute if I were to put a little baby in there? Now, I know that's crazy. Do angels have babies? I have no idea. I've never heard of such a thing, but this was just so dang cute. I had to do it. So there's a little baby, and there's a little head. And we should probably put an arm around the baby so the baby doesn't fall out of the sky. Maybe this one. Cute! I just think that's so cute. I can hardly stand it. And look at this little rock. It's like a foot. It's like, so let's give this little angel a foot. It's just so fun to add little tiny tidbits like that. Not necessary, but certainly adorable. Let's get our baby Jesus. And we'll put Jesus in here in his little manger. And a head for Jesus. Make sure his neck isn't crooked there. And what do we need? How about, again, if Joseph is touching Mary, then that's really tender and sweet. So let's do that. Just like that. What do we need? I think we could use some legs for the manger. And we really need a head. But for some reason, the rocks I have didn't have one, so I'll have to go find one. So let's do some legs for the manger. That looks like a good one. There's a good one. And you could just call that done, right? Some people want, it's funny, the publisher wanted 4 legs on this, so I said, okay, whatever. And so we threw another couple legs. But looks like I'm missing a few things from this little Ziploc baggie of, but that's okay, we can use whatever we got, right? So let's just put this out here. Just to show you that, you can make anything work. Ta-da! And I can go find a better one, but that's fine. Look at this heart rock. Is that the cutest little tiny heart rock? Every time I see heart rocks, I just know they're love notes from God. So I'm going to put the heart rock up there because that's just a cute touch. How about this one? He's wobbly. Let's turn him over. There, that works. I like it. Okay. And then What you might be wondering is how in the heck do you make all these stay together? And you could use any kind of glue that you want to use, but can I show you my secret? I use this stuff. It's called Sticky Putty, and this just happens to be the cheapest one I could find, and I get it off Amazon. I'll put a link to it below this video so that you can click right to it. This stuff is great because it's not permanent. Now you might want it to be permanent, but I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. You've probably seen it before. It's just tack, and I remember in college we would use this to put up our posters on the wall or our notes because it didn't damage the walls. So you just stretch it out a little bit, and then you put it on your rock. You press it on the surface, and then you can't push it around. It stays on there. So I do that with all of mine because I'm not sure that I want them to be permanent. But you might just want to get some good glue and glue it down to a board, and then it's forever the way you have it. So there you go. And if you're making fun rock art, I would love to see it. So post a picture. You can find me on Facebook, Patti Rokus, P-A-T-T-I, Rokus, R-O-K-U-S. On Instagram, here at YouTube. Email me, and then my website, rockstellstories.com, if you can see that. So love to see what you guys are making. I hope that you love this, and I will post a bunch of other DIY guides so you can try other things out too. Okay, thanks.